friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Vicki and I'm so glad that you decided to stop by today and hang out with me. Today's video is a very special video. It's a Thanksgiving side dish collab video. It's hosted by Melissa of I'm Merely Melissa and Christy from Christy's Farmhouse. These are both sweet ladies. Both of their channels will be listed below in the description box as well as the playlist. So make sure you check that out. Everyone would love for you to like, comment, and share, and subscribe to our channels. Thank you for watching. Now let's get started. Today I'm doing a side dish for Thanksgiving or Christmas or New Year's or Easter. This will work for lots of holidays. It is a sweet potato casserole. It's one of my family's favorites. I think I got it in the Farm Bureau cookbook that my mother-in-law gave me. I showed on one of our videos, or one of my videos. But I just wanted to share this recipe with you today. Now today I'm doing it in a smaller version because it's just my husband and I. It's not for Thanksgiving. I'm just cooking it for this video. So I cut it down. But I will have the full recipe, the original full recipe in my description box on my YouTube channel. So make sure you click that link to go to that and look at it. It says you'll first need 1 large can of sweet potatoes drained and mashed. Well, I'm not using a large can. I'm just making one this little small thing. You're going to bake this at 350, so I've got my oven preheated. I've already drained my sweet potatoes or yams. My husband got yams, which I don't know the difference. Y'all tell me in the comments what's the difference because I really don't know. But anyway, they're going to be good, whatever it is. So it's as simple as that right there for that. Then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay. And then 1/3 cup of melted butter. Now you need a 1/3 cup of melted butter for the middle and then also for the topping. So this is a 1/3 cup melted. I'm just going to use half of it, approximately. Okay. All right. And then it says to use 2 eggs beaten. I'm just going to use 1 egg because I'm just making a little small one. I'm going to stir that up there. And then I'm supposed to add 1 cup of white sugar, and I'm just going to add approximately a 1/2 cup. Like I said, this is not a full recipe that I'm making, but I will have the full recipe in my description box. This comes together so easy, and it's really delicious. Now the egg is just used to hold it together, but this topping is what gets you, because honestly, this is so good. It could be a dessert. I'm not kidding. So I've got a 1/4 cup measuring cup, and I'm going to just add that to my sweet potato casserole mixture. So let me add that in there. And I just mix it right in my baking dish because why dirty up an extra bowl, you know? If you don't have to, why do it? All right. Then for the topping, you're going to need a 1/2 cup of flour, 1 cup of light brown sugar, 1 cup of chopped pecans, and a 1/3 cup of melted butter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I'm going to use my big measuring cup. I'm going to add my butter to it that I had left over, I told you. I'm going to add my chopped pecans I've already chopped. I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of light brown sugar instead of the whole cup. So I'm going to add 2 of these. And then it says to add a 1/2 cup of flour, so I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of flour, so 1 of these. Just 1 of these is a 1/4. So let me get my flour canister. And I'm just going to put 1/4 of a cup in here. All right. And that is all of the topping. That is everything for the filling, or the, you know, the main thing. And then this is gonna be the topping. Make sure I get all that butter out, because we don't want to leave no butter, because butter makes everything better. Or Paula Dean says so anyway. And you know what? I think that woman knows what she's doing. She's a good cook. I've eaten at several of her restaurants. The one in Savannah, the one in Destin. I've not eaten at the one in Sevierville, surprisingly. Okay, I just mixed all that together, and I'm going to just put it on the top of this. Now you can put your topping and then melt your butter and pour it on top of it. I just like to mix it all together so that everything gets coated good. That's the way I done in my broccoli casserole I filmed before this, so I'll leave the link to that also. But I'm telling you guys, this is like a dessert. It's so delicious. It really is. It's a side dish. I like to eat it with ham. I like turkey, but it's not my thing really. My daughters love ham too. But anyway, this is what it looks like, my little sweet potato casserole. I'm gonna put it in the oven for 30 minutes and I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Okay, I just got our sweet potato casserole out of the oven. It is really hot. Can you see it? And that crust on top with those crushed pecans, oh my gosh, it's just heavenly. So, all right, I've been cooking all day since the grandbabies left, and now for the piece de la resistance, is that how you say it? I don't know. Anyway, time to make dessert. And I am making the easiest pumpkin pie ever. You heard it here first. So, we're going to be using prepared pie crust. Now, you can make your own pie crust if you want to. That's up to you. Or you can get the Pillsbury dough that rolls out and put it in a pie crust. I sent my husband to the store and he just got the regular pie crust. I think he said they didn't have the deep dish, but that's okay. It does call for a deep dish, but they didn't have it. This recipe is really, you mix everything together and dump it into your pie crust. The first thing we're going to do is preheat our oven to 425 degrees. Now you think that sounds hot, it is, but we're only going to bake it the first 15 minutes at 425. Then we're going to drop our temperature down to 350 degrees for the next 40 to 50 minutes. I'm also going to be using my Pampered Chef pie crust saver shield that keeps it from getting too dark or crispy. So the last 15 minutes I'll be adding this to it, or I'll add this to it and remove it the last 15 minutes. I'm sorry. All right. So the first thing we're going to add is 3/4 cup of sugar. This is just regular granulated sugar. So 3/4 cup. So you know, kids, you don't think you have to know math. You really do have to know math, because if you cook, and if you're going to eat, you got to cook, I guess, unless you go to the store and buy it. So learn your math, learn your measurements, so you know how to function in the world. 3/4 cup of sugar, 1½ teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. So I've got my pumpkin pie spice here. Let's move our sugar out of the way. This is really simple, goes together really quick. 1½ teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, and I just bought this, so let's take the lid off. 1 1/2 teaspoon. Smells heavenly. And you know, your pumpkin pie spice has all those things like cloves and nutmeg, allspice, cinnamon, all that stuff together. And then here's the half. So 1½ teaspoon. Then we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You know, salt counteracts the sweetness and stuff. So that's why you add a lot of salt sometimes in your desserts. So a half a teaspoon of salt. We're going to add 1 whole can of solid packed pumpkin. That is not pumpkin pie mix. That is solid packed pumpkin. And it's the 15-ounce jar. So I'm going to add that to our bowl. A whole can. Okay, now we're going to add 1 1/4 cups of evaporated milk. I've already got my evaporated milk. We called this cream growing up, or evaporated milk. So 1 1/4 cups. This is used in a lot of recipes of desserts. There's 1, and then 1/4 is right here. Let's add our 1/4. So almost a whole can, but not quite. Okay, and then 2 eggs. Here's your eggs. 2 eggs. Got my 2 eggs. And this just screams Christmas and holiday season because it smells amazing. And you are going to croak when you see how we're going to serve it and eat it. The bad news is, I'm just whisking it thoroughly, is we have to wait 2 hours for it to cool to add our whipped topping. I'm making homemade whipped topping. You heard that. Homemade whipped topping with heavy whipping cream and pumpkin pie spice and a little bit of sugar. And it's going to be amazing, guys. It's going to be amazing. Okay. So this just whips. It smells amazing. See that? So we're just going to take it and let me put a few little holes in my pie pan. Now, I done this growing up. My mom always did it. I assume we're supposed to. My recipe didn't say that, but I always grew up putting little fork tines in my pie crust. So when that pie crust bakes, and we're going to have a little bit left because it's, like I said, it's supposed to be for a deep dish pie. I'm going to bake it. I'm going to put it in a sheet, a cookie sheet or something to bake it in. So I've got my sweet potato casserole over here cooling. I'm just going to add this to my baking sheet, cookie sheet. And we're going to bake this for 15 minutes on 425, and then I'm going to drop it to 350 for 40 to 50 minutes. So I'll meet you back here, show you what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. Okay, so I just got our pumpkin pie out of the oven, and this is what it looks like. And it is done. So I got my pie out of the oven. My pie shield sort of baked on my crust a little bit, so I couldn't really remove it without tearing up my crust. But anyway, it's gonna be fine because I'm gonna take whipped topping and put on it anyway. But we need to let this cool for 2 hours, and then we'll come back and make our whipped topping. For the whipped topping, you're going to use 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and 1/4 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. And we're just going to beat that with a hand mixer. And then you can put it in a piping bag and put it on, but I may not. I don't know, just according to how I feel. I'm going to make us some pumpkin pie whipped topping to put on our pumpkin pie so we can try it. The first thing we're going to need is 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream. So, I was going to make it my little glass bowl, but my husband took my mother-in-law something I made, I think soup beans. And I've not got my bowl back yet. I had a chance. And then I need 1 teaspoon of sugar, just granulated sugar. 1 teaspoon. No, 1 tablespoon, I'm sorry. 1 tablespoon. And then we need 1/4 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. 1/4 teaspoon. Pumpkin pie spice. And that's all we need, guys. And you know what? I love making fresh whipped topping now that I've made it before. Love it. Love, love, love. It is so amazing. It's a world of difference from Cool Whip or something. And it's easy to make. It literally is just heavy whipping cream and sugar, vanilla, unless you're doing something like this pie. I cannot wait to try it. Cannot wait. It's great. When you're doing heavy whipping cream to make whipped topping, is to put your bowl in the freezer to get it really cold. It makes a difference. And use a glass bowl. That makes a difference too. Okay, this is what it looks like. I am going to just cut me a piece, a slice, and I want to also let my husband come in here and try a piece of it. Get my pie slicer. And we're just going to put a dollop on it instead of like put a decorator bag and cutting it and doing all that, because I'm tired. It's been a long day and it's still going to taste good. And I want you to look. That is perfect. That's a perfect pie. Look at that. Now, does that look like something you want served on your holiday table? Thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to check out Melissa and Christy's channels down in the description box, as well as the playlist. We would love for you to like, comment, and share, and subscribe to all of our channels. Thank you for watching, and we hope you have a happy holiday. I wanna see you.